Hello everyone, and welcome to Ren Plays Disgaea, Hour of Darkness. This is a game designed by Nippon Ichi Software and published, at least in America, by Atlas, in a time before Nippon Ichi had its own publishing house here in the States.
King Krzyzewski, the mighty ruler of the Netherworld. His long reign came to an abrupt end as the news of his death spread throughout the Dark Land. Ambitious demons rose one after another to seize the opportunity. And thus began the age of turbulence and anarchy. 2 years later,
Prince, wake up!
Whoa.
This brat just won't wake up!
Need all those tools to wake me up?
Well, if that's the case, there's only one thing left to do.
What fool dares awaken me, the great Laharl?
Prince! I'm glad you're still alive!
Who said I was dead? I was just taking a nap.
It's
Anyways,
strong napper.
why are
Strong
all
napper.
those
I feel
weapons
bad.
behind you?
Well, I was having a hard time waking you up.
I gotta readjust Etna's original voice actor. They changed her in the PSP version, which is the one I spent the most time with.
Are you sure you weren't trying to kill me instead?
It sure looks that way.
No, I mean, yes, I just wanted to wake you up.
I think this voice actor's better, though. I like both.
Whatever. So, what is it? You better have a good reason for waking me up.
Oh, yeah! Big news. Your father, King Krzyzewski, has died.
Might be a
When?
better way to put that.
2 years ago.
Wait a second. So, you're telling me that I've been sleeping for over 2 years?
Yep.
Yup? Why didn't you wake me up earlier?
Excuse me, but what do you think I've been doing all this time?
Trying to wake him up for 2 straight years, huh? Seems
The
a little
Netherworld has gone to hell while you were sleeping.
unlikely.
It's not my fault if some other demon steals the title of Overlord.
Oh, we can't have that.
What? Have they forgotten whose title they're trying to steal?
That's right.
How bold of them! I shall show no mercy, for I am Laharl, the rightful heir to the throne! Ha!
That's hilarious.
Your humble vassal Etna will accompany you.
Alright. Party member right off the bat.
Episode 1, Prince of the Netherworld.
Alright, so as you guys know, I like to have a little, lighthearted fun alongside the dark stuff that I tend to play on this channel. So we got 3 dark series, so here's our fun one. Switch behind this chair. Let's have a chat with some of these guys. It's just like you, Prince, taking a 2-year nap. I only planned on napping for about 10 days. Something's not right. Yeah, and I wish I could plan on a 10-day nap. All the royal vassals left the castle shortly after the king died. Even with me still around. Well, you were sleeping, they must have forgotten about you. That makes sense. Well, looks like I wasted my time digging that grave for you. I'll put you in that grave instead. These guys, I'm not going to talk to all of them. Here's a tutorial on weapons. I'm also not going to talk to him, because I can explain that stuff myself. We can purchase items at that shop. Alright, well, let's go ahead and talk about inherent strengths then. Let's go to status in Laharl, and as you can see next to his weapon mastery, it shows us what weapons he's good with and not as good with. It is just like rankings as of grades in school, so A being the best, then B being less, C being less. There's actually an S, I believe, as well, which is better than A. So Laharl can use pretty much everything except guns and staves. I'm going to keep him with swords though. And Etna can use spears and axes, and I'm going to switch out that spear for an axe. First off, this skull has another switch inside of it. And I'll show what that does later. I'm not going to waste time on it in this episode. So I'm going to see if we can't... Oh, we can't... Oh, we got some money. See if we can't buy an axe real quick. This is not where we buy axes. This is where we buy axes. Spears are pretty weak, and I think their techniques are fairly bad. I will use a spear user just to show them off, but I'm not going to have Etna do that. Alright, so we could get... Each weapon, each item in the game, in fact, has these people living on them, or these, I don't know what they're called in this game, populations on them. And different ones add different stats. For instance, Gladiator increases the attack of the weapon by the number next to it, so 2, and Dietitian increases the HP you get while equipping the item by the number next to it, in this case 2. So, these are actually bad items. Normally, well, I'll show you this once, but I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing this. You can leave the shop and go back in, and it will reset the stock. I would recommend doing this until you can get Arms Masters, which thankfully I did this time, in your normal playthrough. But as I said, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time resetting, at least not on camera. Other than that, there's some other functions out here, but they're not unlocked yet, and we'll have to discover them as we go on. Okay, we can save any time by opening the menu, but we can only save in the Overlord's Castle. We're not going to do that yet, nothing's happened. This is the lady we talked to go into the missions, and we start out with the tutorial unlocked. Let's go.
Now then, time for a little warm-up. I feel a little rusty.
Anyone would after a 2-year nap.
A prince, we've got company. How convenient.
Stray demons, huh?
Allow me, prince. You may be a little out of practice after your long slumber. Don't worry, I came prepared.
Oh, nice.
Come on, pretty squad!
Nothing.
Get your butts out here now!
There they are.
So, Prince, what do you think of this pretty squad I hired?
They look plump.
They're my loyal servants. They'll do anything I say.
Yeah, that's working out.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, I never sold that spear. That's okay.
See? They're loyal.
Does it make sense to beat up your allies before a battle?
No, doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all.
I think we've made those demons wait long enough already.
Hey, you're right. How nice of them to be so patient.
That is incredibly nice, although they don't have much of a choice. It is a strategy game, turn-based, after all.
Yeah, that's considerate of them. To show my appreciation, I'll only beat them half to death.
Oh, you're so kind. If I were you, I'd have beat them all the way to death.
Yeah?
Kind? Stop that! That word gives me goosebumps! Damn it! I take it back! I'm gonna beat them all the way to death!
He's still a kid, so quick-tempered. It looks like carrying out my plan will be a lot easier than I thought.
Uh-oh, Etna's nefarious. Who would have thought?
You say something!
You should think quieter, though.
Oh, nothing at all. So, what are your orders, Prince? You do remember how to fight, right?
Yes, I do. Alright. She's going to explain the basics, but basically we just hit X on here and pull people out. Those are some nice names for the Prinnies. They're random, by the way. We can cancel an order by hitting circle. Right, so... Nope, this is happening automatically. I don't have a choice in the matter. Still happening automatically. This is some bad play here. This is not the way I'd recommend this game be done. Yep. That's about what you'd expect to happen. Yeah. That was awful. Combo feature I don't tend to use as much, but I'll show you the feature I do tend to use in this battle. I think this is a pretty well-known strategy, but what we're going to do is move Harl next to an enemy, pull Etna out, put her next to him, and then pull some Prinnies out, like Spartan here, and let's use Ebonite. You basically put them on all four sides, and as you can see there's a chance of team attack, 60% for each one. So if we attack and execute, 2 Prinnies come with us. And that does more damage. And then we can just hit circle and send them all back. And repeat the process. And this is pretty much the strategy for the entire game. Until we get special skills anyway. You can't team attack off of skills. Alright, 4-way.
Go!
Doing a lot of damage. Okay, there we go. That was awful. Probably could have gotten more off of basic attack. Oh well. We don't want the Prinnies to get any experience, so we're just going to put them away. Well, not 0 experience anyway, but we don't want them to steal experience these guys could be getting. I'm gonna test my theory.
Eat this.
Yeah, could have definitely gotten more off a basic attack. That's okay. And we'll Harl move in. Prinnies do the encircling thing. And we will execute. Okay, 2 of them.
Here I come.
This probably won't kill him. Oh, no, it did. We're good. Right, at the end of the stage, you get bonus hell for kills, and you get bonus items depending on how high the bonus gauge is. We'll explain that later. Let's back out of here real quick, get some healing on, and we will start tutorial 2. This is not the right place. This is the hospital. Alright. You can just hit square to heal all, which is pretty much what I always do unless I'm running out of money. And let's head in to tutorial level 2. Alright, so here's a tutorial on lift and throw. I could probably skip this, but I'm not worried about it. I actually can't. So as you can see, we can't quite get there. But if we pull out Etna, which this is again happening automatically, she could pick him up. And throw him over there. This lifting and throwing is a very important mechanic in this game. It's one of the only ways to finish certain missions. Yep. Yeah, if you throw printies, they explode, I believe, damaging all the surrounding areas. We're not going to use that because I believe it counts for team kills, like kills on your own team when you do that, and that's bad. We don't want that. Even if it doesn't, I don't think it's that helpful. But I never do it because I'm always nervous that it does. So let's take Baharl out here. Alright, got the double attack.
Here I come! Die!
That's a good one. And let's end the turn.
Eat this!
So right now our counter is at the level where we can counter attacks from the front. Eventually we will also be able to counter attacks from the side and the back depending on our counter skill. But we don't have any characters with a high enough counter skill yet. Okay, so face forward, face forward. Actually, let's have you come over here and finish this guy off. Now, they fixed this in later games, but in this one, you only actually get experience off of kills. So you want to make sure that you're spreading your kills around. Doing damage and healing doesn't do anything unless it results in a kill anyway. And if an enemy dies off of a team attack like this, all characters that participated get the experience off of it. So we can move her back now. And oops. Attack this guy as well. Oh, she didn't help though. That's okay. Hopefully, no, this might be bad. Nope, 0 damage. So let's see. Both of them are at level 2, so it doesn't really matter. Nope, not going to be able to get the experience for both. That's okay. Alright, and we got some bonus experience out of that one. Let's go heal again. This is kind of the cycle or the gameplay loop. You do the mission, come out, heal. Do the mission, come out, heal. Let's see if there's any swords that I can buy that are better. Let's see. This sword's pretty good actually, but it's not good enough that I would switch. We got a lot of gladiators on the Imperial Seal. The pops on your starting weapon, or your starting equipment in general, are random as well. This sword is just better, so let's put it on. And it's free. And that's gonna do it for this episode. In the next one, we will continue the tutorial. I will see you guys there. Peace.